Your roommate, household roommate, is not always your friend. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deborah Idehen. If this is your first time clicking on this YouTube video, welcome. If this is your second time, you already know what's up. You're a family member here. Sometimes I do vlog, sometimes I do talking videos, and this is one of them. This is a different video from what I usually do. This we're talking about some really dark stuff. So if you need to take care of yourself and log out of this video, please do that now. Your mental health is more important than a YouTube video, okay? Your roommate or your living roommate or your household roommate is not always your friend. Is not always looking out for the best case scenario for you and them. Some people are just terrible people that are living with you. And we're going to look at the case of Tamilore Odunsi and also Gisèle Pelicot. I hope I pronounced these names correctly. First person we're going to look at is Tamilore. This is a very fresh case, so even me speaking about it, I do feel very disheartened speaking about it because I can relate to her so much. Tamilore was a beautiful Nigerian British student who came to the US to study in Texas, and unfortunately, she has moved on to the next version of what we call life or internal life because of her 40-year-old roommate. It is so disheartening to hear about this. When I read or when I heard about the whole news, I couldn't even see through it because I could not believe that somebody would decide to stop somebody's existence on this earth just like that. But I felt moved to talk about this topic because I feel like a lot of us have been in situations where we have to be with roommates or we cannot even afford to live alone, and that's why we pair with roommate. That's why sometimes situations like this occur. Tamilore was such a beautiful person. She had social media presence. She was on her way to graduate. This is the ideal lifestyle of people who migrate out of their country to look for something better in another country. Maybe there's a cheaper school, maybe they just want that experience or a better experience in terms of university degrees, and they go to another country to do that. Most students that are in school do not have that privilege to get an apartment on their own. I remember when I was schooling, girl, I had like a roommate. I think at one point I had like 5 roommates. It was a whole thing, or 4 roommates, sorry. It was a whole. I can definitely relate to this because you're looking for the most affordable and it's what you have. I definitely believe she also had discernment during all of this. I'm pretty sure in her apartment she had some bad vibes from this person, but she stuck to her, okay, let me just focus and graduate and try to live. And sometimes if you have the opportunity or if you have people around you, it's better to just leave that situation. I have had some normal roommates that are pretty cool. It was awesome. I've also had some terrible roommates that I also thought were cool, and all this time they were evil. People have put some things online saying that maybe this guy he asked her out and she rejected him, blah blah blah. Can I just be very honest? I feel like this guy was just jealous. He was jealous. He knew very well that this girl was exceeding in life. She had put herself in such a high pace in life already. She was 23 when she was doing all of this, and he knew that, and there was something that bored. That's what I believe, and this is all allegedly. I just want to say that allegedly. I don't really know, but I believe people like this, why they do things like this is because they see what they can never find in themselves, and they try to put that evil or hatred onto them. So it's really disturbing that this man, who's supposed to even be like an uncle, will be doing this to a young child. Another case to look at is Gisèle Pelicot. And mind you, notice that these trends of living with someone who is actually a terrible person are with man and woman. Like, it's so insane. In this case, Gisèle Pelicot actually was with her husband. And if you read about the case is so drastic. I can't even see a lot of things online, and I will not be saying that. But the case is so crazy that this man invited other people. That's where we're going to stop at. If you know, you know, because YouTube has restrictions. But I don't know how she was able to even come to or recognize that he was doing what he was doing. She discovered at the end of the day, her trusted person, her partner for life, her living mate was actually a terrible person. If you are currently in college, if you are currently in university, the reason why I'm even talking about it and I'm passionate is because if you are currently in college, university, any place, and you're already getting weird vibes from your roommate, and I'm not talking about she did not put the kettle on. I'm talking about real discernment. And that's another thing. The first one is discernment. We need to recognize as well. Discernment does not equal you automatically being rude or mean to people. I've had people that have said they have discernment. Oh, they are very good at discerning, and they're just nasty to people. They just don't like somebody and they start being angry at the person existing. No, discernment means, oh, you recognize something in that person. The person made a statement, or the person did something that was, and you're like, oh, this is really off. And your spirit tells you, okay, give a distance to that person. You can say, hey, hi. You can respectfully laugh when the person is talking if you're in the midst of a group, but you know that this person is not for you. Period. It does not mean that you are mean to the person or you go backbiting about the person or you are being this. You just be, oh, this person is kind of weird for this, and you move on. That is true discernment. Discernment does not mean now that you're not a hater. Oh, this person, no, discernment doesn't do any of that. And that's how you can tell real discernment from childish behavior or childish jealousy. This was my case. One of my roommates that I had stayed with one time was literally like this. Hers was very weird because she was really nice to me, and my spirit just never she was to always give me things, give out things to me, and my spirit never understood why she was just overly nice. And that's another thing we talk about, overly nice. The first one is discernment, and my spirit just never understood why she was overly nice. And I decided to keep my distance, and I just said, let me just keep this person at bay. And lo and behold, before the ending of our session as roommates, she was a terrible person, very terrible character, racist, weird. It's all of the above. Another thing that people need to notice is that you need to be careful of overly friendly people. And I don't mean that people that just want you in their life or they're communicating with you. It looks like they're trying to please you. Like they don't want slow vibes of creating a friendship. They're like in your face. Those people are either jealous of you or just want to be you. It's weird. Like for me personally, I don't like overly friendly people. Like honest truth is that I used to be like that too. I used to be so desperate to want to make friends that I realized I was coming out as overly friendly, and now I just keep to myself. Whoever wants to be my friend, that's awesome. If you don't want to be my friend, that's awesome too. But I do realize that it does look that way, and because I don't want to give that impression, I have to also be comfortable in my own bubble. You understand? Another thing to really watch out for all these weirdos, friendship, roommates, whatever, is watch how people behave when they are under stress. Some of the people that I've always thought that are going to be my really good friend, or like we are friends that we're entering that close friendship, I always watch how they react when we're under stress or when we're under pressure, or when I mess up or when they mess up. That tells me what kind of friend or roommates they are going to be. I've had a lot of friendship or a lot of roommates that when they're under stress, they want to start blaming you. They want to start making this. They want to ask you, why can't you do this? Another thing to help you in this kind of case, if you're in college and you notice your roommate is weird, build a support system. Build a strong support system. It doesn't have to even be within your college or your campus. Your friends from outside, your friends from work. It can even be your counselors, your teachers. Build a connection and let them slightly know, I'm having some weird vibes from my roommates. Let me be able to reach out to you. Let me be able to call you. Like if I have anything that is off. Because I feel too, if she had someone that she could quickly run to, probably would have made a difference. This man was so evil. No, the thing is so pain. Even as I'm speaking about it, it really makes me want to like cry, because I understand how it means to the struggle to leave your country and trying to hustle and do better for yourself. So hopefully I believe building a small network who knows about the situation that you're going through with your roommate will definitely help. And they can also identify when this person is being really, really weird, or when it's just a normal roommate situation. Another thing I feel like people don't take seriously is look at the history of your friends, your roommates, whatever. Look at their history. And the best way to look at their history, honestly, let them talk. Let people talk. That's one thing I love to do nowadays. I don't even stress. Like if I'm getting to know somebody, I let them blab, let them talk. By their talking, sometimes they bring out their own terrible characters. They bring out their own terrible. They don't even know. They say things that are terrible about terrible things that they think is normal, or they think, oh, this is something that people should be doing. If you want to know if somebody is sexist, if somebody is racist, if somebody is believes in bigotry, like things like that, just let them talk. Just keep quiet. So look at their history by letting them talk. Let them express themselves. And then you begin to discover the kind of person they are. If you feel like you're getting all vibes and they say things about like women or like things that are just weird, that's another way to identify when if this person is crazy. There are not a lot of people that know how to search people's history. That's something I want to learn, especially for me. If I start dating again, I want to definitely learn how to research someone if they have like crime rates, because some people have crime, like serious crime under their name, like serious crime, and we don't even know. So that's something, if you have somebody who is good at that, please check before you enter any room. And I know some of these things I'm saying, some of the things I'm saying may be far-fetched, but it could save your life. It could save your life. So guys, this conversation has to end, but let me tell you, this conversation is very, very necessary. And I know I put a lot of light-hearted things like vlogs, But when it comes down to things like this, I think safety is so important that I have to express myself and I have to put this video out on my platform to make people more aware of situations that happen, especially violence against women. It's getting too much. We're tired. What's going on? It's 2025. Whether it's a roommate, a partner, family member, always trust your instincts. Always put yourself first. Your safety matters. And also reach out if you need help. One of the biggest regrets I've had in life is when I'm going through something, I will keep it here. Never again. I always reach out. Having a friend to talk can actually help you. Maybe they know somebody that can investigate about that person. They can call the police on time. You can send them an SOS. You understand? Also, if this video has helped you to open your eyes to some violent behaviors, or maybe even helped you to see something you can do that can help you identify a terrible roommate or your friend's terrible roommate, make sure you share this video to your friend or family member that can be helpful to them as well. Okay guys, make sure you check out other videos. This is not the only kind of videos I post. Check out other videos from me. But I hope you have learned something, and I hope you can educate somebody or help somebody as well by sending this video to them or just telling them what you learned from this video. There's more to come when it comes to this channel, and make sure you subscribe, click on notification button for more. Bye guys.